Chocolatito Roman Gonzalez makes his return to the ring. It's his second return to the ring after his brutal loss to Srisaket Sorungvasai back in September of 2017. He took a year out, came back and beat Moises Fuentes in 5 rounds. I think he looked pretty good in that one in a comeback fight, all things considered, against an okay opponent. Then he has over a year out after that again, and he gets rid of the Philippines' Diomel Diocos in just 2 rounds. It was expected. It was what we needed to see. With him having knee surgery, we just need to get those shots going again and see where he's at. This is a guy, remember, who started at minimum weight. He is now 32 years of age. He has got a come forward style and he has had a lot of hard fights. So in terms of just what is left, I am not so sure. But there does still seem to be some ambition there to try and do something with his career. As a big Chocolatito fan, it was just good seeing him do his thing again, even if it was only for just 1.5 rounds. His ability to balance himself, to cut off the ring, to follow you, to track you, all the little adjustments he makes with his feet and his hands as he gets to work. And the way he always has a very good look at you, Chocolatito. As a lot of great boxers, they'll get near you, but just take little back steps when you try and throw at them. They're absorbing the data, they're downloading it, they're fishing for reactions, they're seeing what you do if you hit him to the body, if you hit him there, what's possibly a dangerous shot before they really show anything themselves. Just like, I guess you could say, a really good chess master. And that's what Chocolatito was doing. His defense is underrated, and it was only shown up in a way, if you want to use that phrase, when he started fighting physically bigger and stronger men. So he was having to really force his style in an unnatural way that he never had to do in the lower weights where he was more powerful and dominant. But the way he uses his forearms as the first line of defense, Andy Ruiz Jr. actually does a similar thing, but he's not as good at it, and he's nowhere near as good at waist movement for obvious reasons, or his feet. Chocolatito, you saw, uses his forearms here, high guard. He'll just touch your arms, just check where the length of your punches is before he starts to have a go at you. There were some good left hooks to the body. And he does something which Golovkin actually does as well, which he varies the power of his shots. So he'll do little throwaway touchy shots here. And then when he sees an opening, he'll actually put some mustard on the punch. That's what he did in the second round here against Diocos. He didn't like that very much. Led to a standing 8 count. And then predictably, the fight ended not long after that. Now, something that may be something of a surprise is that there's hardly any views here with the fights that have been uploaded to YouTube and other places, and that's because this was not a highly anticipated return. For a lot of people, they think Chocolatito is done, throw him in the trash can, but it's not just that. When Chocolatito was made pound for pound #1, which I thought he genuinely was for a couple of years, by HBO, a lot of people rejected that, and then when he finally got beat, they were like, you see, I told you, this guy is a bum. This guy doesn't look like Roy Jones or Ray Leonard or other people I'd associate to be the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. But they didn't realise they were looking at somebody who'd already been a champion since 2008 and wasn't at his natural weight division anymore. So a lot of that resentment for the people who said Chocolatito wasn't the best, I feel, was coming from a place of ignorance. Regardless, he's back. He's 32. Let's see what he can do going from here. I think he is going to stay at super flyweight, which, okay, it's not his best weight, but it's definitely better than trying to go at bantamweight. So let's see if he can possibly fight a top 15 guy next. And then I'm guessing the best goal would be to try and get a rematch with Juan Francisco Estrada, who is the man at 115 pounds at the moment. But I'll just close it with this, and that is there was a lot of skepticism about Chocolatito when he got beat. But this is a guy, again, who I said has had about 50 fights, is Nicaragua's only 4-weight world champion. He is an absolute little beast, and he is also, as we come to the end of this decade, one of the best fighters of the decade.